Welcome to Game Corp, a bi-weekly podcast where we reach in the Imagosphere and pull out the next great video game idea. I am the CEO of Game Corp, Bryce.
And I'm the CEO of Game Corp, Beckers.
Last time on this podcast, we made the video game Fall Damage, Don't Look Down. How'd that do?
It became really, really famous. It was the #1 battle royale of all time, but like all the other battle royales, it had its moment in the sun. Its popularities rose and it fell like a beautiful sunset. And now it's time for us to put another sun out there and make another game, more suns.
Oh. Okay.
That's how it is.
Yep, everyone knows about the many suns that we have.
Yes, because this isn't Earth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of video games, I have one more update about the interns. I know I said they were all good, they were impervious to all harm, and we're going to let them look at the video games. It turns out one of them is able to be damaged by video games, and we did lose Wilhelm. But yes, that one. I think we're good now. I think that was the last weakness that they could have been susceptible to, and I think in the future
we lost him testing out our real life version of Fall Damage.
Yes.
That's why he went ah!
Or, screaming. And I feel like you scream for whatever causes you to die. There's probably you do a scream.
Ah!
Okay. Speaking of things, I didn't have a transition for this one, so I'm just going to say these words. Hello. We are introducing a brand new product to the Game Corp lineup called Do-It-Yourself Video Game Ideas. Each box will contain a high-grade notebook and a space-age writing utensil for you to write down all of your amazing game ideas, and then later open your phone and go to Twitter and then tweet them using the hashtag GameMakeCorp. Unfortunately, we're still on the planning phases and don't have the boxes ready for you right now. But you can preview the experience for yourself by going to Twitter and tweeting your game ideas using the hashtag GameMakeCorp right now. See how much you love it. It'll be a lot, probably. But until then, let's do game ideas.
Space age writing utensil. Don't they use pencils in space?
Yes.
Yeah.
We have been to space, so we're in the space age. So any writing utensils we have now are space age writing utensils.
I guess that's fair.
Okay, here's a game idea, and it's called I'd Rather Be Ghost Hunting. Now, this is a game about a ghost hunter, except, ghost hunting really doesn't pay the bills because ghosts don't have money unless they get jobs. That's a whole other thing. But this is a game where you have to work your normal job, but try and find out if there's ghosts there. So you're working at McDonald's and you're trying to cook food and biscuits and gravy. They have donut sticks now. Can you imagine eating a donut from Mr. Hamburglar? Why don't they have a donut stick boy? Like the Hamburglar, but for donuts.
I don't think that they still use the whole Hamburglar thing anymore anyway. I think he died.
That is a thing. They still bring out Ronald McDonald once in a while, but you never see
the rest of the gang. The Hamburglar. There's a girl in there.
Yeah.
And also there's like a big McNugget, I think.
There's the giant purple one, and I want to say his name's Grover, but that's the blue Muppet. His name's Grambles. Grambles the big man. And there's Bird Girl. I know the girl is a bird for whatever reason. Were they just trying to make the knockoff Muppets? I think they were, because it's Girl Big Bird. It's Big Purple Man who sounds like Grover.
The big purple dude, I looked it up. It's Grimace.
Grimace. Also, like...
he steals milkshakes.
Wait, okay, so was all the like McDonald's characters originally trying to steal from McDonald's except for Ronald? I guess he was the scary one trying to keep the food in the store. Man, this is a game idea. Forget the ghost hunting one. I'm putting that in the bag. This is a game. Yeah. This is a game where you, I guess, play Ronald McDonald and have to keep the Grimace and the Hamburglar and Bird Girl. What's Bird Girl's thing?
Birdie. Her name's Birdie.
What was she trying to steal?
Birdie, the early bird. She's not very good at flying.
She just hassles the old people who get there too early.
I think she's a good person.
Oh, okay. So it's Ronald.
She thinks that aliens took her bird bath. I'm on. There's a can I tell you what website I'm on right now?
What are you on?
McDonald's.fandom.com.
Okay.
I'm in the McDonald's fandom right now. My eyes have been opened to a new world. Have you heard of Mayor McCheese? Because I have now.
I remember Mayor McCheese. He ran the cheese. Okay. He is a hamburger. His head is a hamburger. I remember that much.
I think.
How does he work in conjunction with the Hamburglar? And also, is Hamburglar the only human?
Hamburglar steals Mayor McCheese and eats him. That's why they don't show these characters anymore.
Also, I do not think Ronald McDonald is human. I want to make that clear. Clown's not human.
I was gonna say he's not human, he's a clown.
Yes. So I want to say the only McDonald's character who is human is the Hamburglar. Because crime boys are human.
There's some kind of pirate here. Hold on, who's this man?
It's Pirate McBooty?
Captain Crook.
Okay, which team's he playing for?
He's a villain. He likes filet of fishes. It says like the Hamburglar burgles hamburgers and the Mayor McCheese. And then Captain Crook is all about that filet of fish. Give me that fish.
So there's like some Overwatch style stuff going on where you've got like the team of heroes of I guess Ronald, Birdie, Mayor McCheese, and then you've got the villains of Hamburglar, Grimace, who's about those milkshakes, and then Pirate Boy,
Captain Crook. It's like Captain Hook, but he's a crook.
And he really needs those filet-o-fish. I don't know what this game is, but I think I guess it's the Hamburglar comes by ground. Captain Crook attacks by water.
Sea. Birdie by air.
Well, I thought Birdie would be air defense, trying to keep them out. I'm trying to, like, Grimace would just come in the night. Like, he is just the darkness.
He is one with the shadows. When we make a video of this, we're gonna have to put a big picture of the whole team up there so that everybody knows what's going on. At least the people watching the YouTube video.
Oh
man.
I was always like, who came up with the Grimace of like, that's not a friendly name, but knowing that he was originally a villain kind of makes more sense.
Yeah.
At what point, because now, like, you see Hamburglar and the Grimace all hanging out with Ronald McDonald. Was there a truce called, or is this like Overwatch where you just pick the characters and they all hang out together? They're like, I hate your guts. No, let's go get the other team. Let's save the day or get the payload. The Overwatch is a weird game.
So it turns out Grimace was only evil for a year.
My 1 year of evil, I tried it out. It turns out I couldn't. It turns out I'm lactose intolerant, so I guess I'm on Ronald's side now.
I'm evil intolerant.
It's like, it's not that. Yeah, it's the Trix Rabbit, who's always trying to get those tricks, I guess. And then he tries them once and he's like, these suck. He like worked all his life for it and like, nah, man, I guess not for me.
And then he died because he was living a lie.
Yeah.
And so he died.
I like how there's the Lucky Charms where the mascot is trying to protect the food, and then there's the Tricks where the bunny the mascot's trying to actually be able to have some of the food that he is on the cover of.
It's like, I'm the face of this food and I've never eaten it because it's not for me. It's for kids.
How odd.
Honestly, it's cruel. Why won't they share their tricks with him? What is this a podcast about, is my question.
I don't know. I think
food mascots. So this game that we're making... What it's about, it's a fighting game with all of the different food mascot people.
Yeah.
And my dog. He's in there. He's gonna eat them. He's gonna eat them. At least the food-shaped people.
I mean, when you think about it, at some point, you can make anything food-shaped.
Yeah, who knows what the Grimace is made out of? He's just a big purple thing.
Yeah, I think the Grimace is the only thing that we wouldn't want to see what happens to that after it dies. It's like bird. We've eat that. You know, Mayor McCheese is a hamburger.
Yeah, I was going to say you're going to eat the Hamburglar, because that's a direction we probably don't want associated with the company.
There are people who are like, yeah, that's my food.
The most dangerous game. Hamburglar.
You've got rabbits, the Trix Rabbit. People ate that. You've got leprechauns. Everybody's always... I
feel like the only reason they did this whole thing with all the McDonald's mascots...
Yeah.
Is because they thought of the Hamburglar. And they were like, dude, we gotta use this. That's such a good pun.
I mean, it's they basically, Domino's did that with Avoid the Noid. They were just like, we're going to make our Hamburglar, and they were like, we need the McDonald's thought of their Noid, and they're like, we need a defense against the Hamburglar. So they create the great mythos of all of the defensive characters, and then they were like, well, now we've got too many defensive. We've got Ronald and we've got Birdie. We need some more competition, so they added in a pirate. And now they got balanced
the Grimace.
And then Grimace is the final boss. I think we can all agree that Grimace is the final. Like, you get through the Hamburglar and you're like, okay, that wasn't too bad. Then a pirate shows up and you're like, we didn't plan for this, but I think we've got Birdie. She can, I don't know, poop on him. He doesn't see that coming. She gets distracted by like shiny things in the sky. She thinks they're aliens, but if we can keep her on track, we might win the day. And then the pirate goes away and it's like, we did it. We get to save McDonald's. And then the Grimace shows up and they're like, well, it's been a good run. Goodbye. Well, it was a discussion. Beckers, do you have a different game idea that we can think about for a bit?
Or like a game idea in general? Because I don't know what we just did.
We tried to stop the grimace, and we realized that nothing can stop the grimace.
Nothing can stop the grimace. All right, I have a new game idea.
Okay.
This game idea, it comes from Billy, our Twitter intern, and he is real. He is not one of he is not one of Bryce's alternate personalities at all, definitely. So Billy wants us to make a game where you need to eat different items to create the best party from your butt. This game is called Party Pooper.
Okay.
It's about eating things to make the best butt party. Bryce, what makes your butt party the most? Go.
Well, I think good parties. Honestly, good parties have good food, so you need to eat a lot of chips and soda so that those can come out your butt for the party people.
Are you intending on someone to eat what comes out of your butt? Because that's not what I was thinking.
I'm kind of thinking like you eat the food and then like a box comes out, and then you open the box and then just like a party springs out and it's got all the things that like you ate. So I guess if you eat like a bunch of tacos, it'll be Mexican themed. That's not.
You need to see a doctor.
What are you thinking about Party Pooper?
I was thinking something less wholesome.
Or more wholesome.
Gross. So first of all, you know that they make those pills that are like, they have glitter in them?
Glitter pills?
They make your poop sparkle. Yeah.
I believe you look at different things than I do.
Okay, well, it's in my Facebook algorithm that it shows me glitter pills to make your poop sparkle. I think they know what kind of person I am.
That your poop's not sparkly enough.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I was thinking, foods...
Hold up. Who is looking at your poop that is, like, not sparkly enough? Like...
Don't you just, like, leave it there? Are you proud of it? When you poop in, like, a public restroom, don't you just leave it?
Are you trying to, like, craft disco balls?
Maybe you would if it sparkled.
Maybe. Maybe that's the problem with poop.
That's how you mark your territory. You leave your sparkle poops. And everyone's like, that person's a real party pooper.
The sparklier the poop, the stronger your dominance.
Yes.
What's your concept for this thing that you've said?
Okay, well now I think it should be about making the most partiest poop. So you can leave it places and people will be like, that person's a real party pooper.
We're really going to turn this phrase around where people are like, oh, don't be a party pooper, or people will be like, you want to be a party pooper.
No, dude, I'm not a party pooper. I'm a party pooper.
Okay, so how?
Glitter pills. That's our first power up.
So my concept was like go to the snack aisle. Your idea is go to the craft supplies aisle.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Get some glitter, some paper mache, get some glue to really,
Dude,
make
you know what would freak people out? Googly eyes.
Put a bunch of googly eyes in your poop and leave it around.
Poogly eyes. Poogly eyes. Oh, God. Pipe cleaners. You could, like, wrap them all up so they come out of it like antennae.
Can you craft it so that it has one of those party poppers in the center, so if that, like, somebody tries to move it, pops and confetti comes out?
Oh my God.
Except it's not all confetti.
What else is it?
Poop. Some of it's poop.
Oh my god. You have to eat a lot of fiber to make sure you can get it all through. Another power up is like irritable bowel syndrome, so you can poop more.
You can't have it too clumpy, or else the popper won't be able
to pop. Yeah.
You gotta have loose poop so it can really just go all the places.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's a real party.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Go on.
I think we're good. Actually. I think I'm good on this one. I'm pretty done talking about poop.
Okay. Well, I have a game idea about dead bodies.
Naturally.
So I originally pictured this as an MMO, but I also think it would work very well as a shooter. So I'm kind of thinking this is a new game genre. And this is the mechanism I'm thinking of is normally when you're playing a game and you die, your bodies just disappear after a little bit. Maybe you're playing World of Warcraft and then you got to go find your body and get your stuff back. But then it goes away, I think. I don't know. But what if it didn't? What if everybody's body always was there, and every time you died, it just stayed there? Now, I think with an MMO, there's definitely, there's going to be a lot of bodies, and suddenly, there's a new mountain in the world that we didn't have to craft as game developers, because that's the dead bodies of Janus Mountain.
So it's like Sims, but you have to build all that stuff with dead bodies.
I mean, I guess you can try and use them as material. I think originally people are just gonna be like, huh, that's weird, and then eventually somebody's gonna be like, I have an idea. But I think this would also work very well as a shooter, for a shooting game. I think it would be very good for maybe a battle royale, where the bodies don't disappear, because there's not a lot of cover in the game early on, but after some people start dying, then you got lots of places to hide and shoot out from. Just make sure to die on top of the last person so that you can get a nice barricade going.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe I think you can probably use that for a final boss of okay, about 12 more runs, I'm going to strategically die in these spots, and then he won't be able to hit me because he'll be all his spells will hit my past bodies. Yep.
And that'll be the game mechanic. People will be really frustrated, but then you'll realize they just haven't died enough.
Yeah. If I just die a few more times, this game will be easy. I just can't get to the final boss because my bodies are everywhere, and I'm just spending most of my time just trying to push them around to get to.
You could create a set of armor out of your past selves.
Yes.
Your bodies.
Flesh bits.
A meat shield.
I'm trying to decide if you're just straight up respawning, or literally you have to roll a new character and you're a new person, and because that person's dead, his body is there. You can see Tybalt number 3 is there. So Tybalt number 3 can't come back. He's gone. You have to make Tybalt number 4 and raise him up from early beginnings and finally get to Google Mesh the final boss and fight again.
Raise him up.
Yep.
So he can stand on mountains of corpses.
Yes. Any other
contributions?
Yeah. Anything else? Any other ways we can use this?
As soon as you said raise him up, that's it.
Okay.
Stand on mountains.
Well, that's my game idea is you use your past selves as cover. That's about it.
I think it's time.
Okay.
It's time for our investor shout out.
That's good.
That's good.
Raise them up from the mountaintops.
Aaron C., I'm here to raise you up. So you can stand on mountains. And, what is it? Walk on stormy seas. You're Jesus now, Aaron C., because you walk on stormy seas. Thank you for believing in us. You're the best. Because if you stop believing in us, then we'll disappear if nobody believes in us. It's like that one Disney movie. I don't remember what it's about.
Peter Pan?
Oh, yeah, it's Tinkerbell, isn't it?
Yes!
Yeah, so we're Tinkerbell.
The kids have to clap and say, I do believe in fairies, I do, and the audience chants along, and then Tinkerbell stops being dead.
Yeah, so we are Tinkerbell.
Yep.
And Aaron C., your belief in us is keeping us in the world. Thank you. And sorry to everybody else. You too can believe in us by subscribing to our Patreon at patreon.com/lastgeek. And then we will give you a shout out about how much we love you. Like we love Aaron C.
Yes.
Don't you want this love? It's warm.
Like poop.
No, not like poop. Like sunshine.
Okay, well, what's the opposite of sunshine?
Darkness. That's a good point. But I have a game about darkness. So this is a game that I came up with all by myself. It's about peeing in the dark.
So this makes your fourth game in the dark? Punching in the dark? It's the in the dark game
Punch
series.
from darkness.
Yeah.
This is pee from darkness. This is pee from dark. That's not, you know what? This is not like an R. Kelly thing. This is like a wholesome family game about peeing in the toilet where it should go.
In the darkness.
As long as it's in the dark. So this is one of the most difficult feats known to man, is peeing in the dark, right? Because in this game, you have to successfully navigate harrowing obstacles to make it to the porcelain throne.
Okay.
And back.
Mm-hmm.
To void your bladder in the middle of the night. So the reason it's dark is because you can't turn the light on account of how it's nighttime, and there's going to be someone else there that you can't wake up. So it can be like a spouse or like a dog that you're just really fond of. So you can't turn the light on.
Yep.
Preferably not your father. Hopefully you aren't sharing a room. That'd be a little bit weird, but you know, I'm not judging. Okay, it can be your father. It can be your father.
I lived in an apartment I lived in a 2-bedroom apartment, but the only bathroom was in his bedroom. And that resulted in some interesting life things that we'll never talk about. But that's related.
I'm so uncomfortable right now.
Welcome to Game Make Corp.
I'm sorry. All right. So, wow. How do I even continue from there? Anyway, there's going to be, first of all, to even get to the bathroom, there's stuff on the floor because you're a pig. There's shoes. There's Legos.
Is your spouse also a pig? Are pigs allowed to own dogs? Is that the hierarchy? How'd you get a toilet? Is this a pig world?
You're not literally a pig. Oh my gosh, this is so hard. Wow. You're not really a pig. It's a metaphor for how messy you are. Because pigs live in sties, which I've heard are messy. Like full of mud. And I heard if you're going to kill somebody, what you should do is you should feed their body to pigs because they eat it all. This has been a Game Make Corp bi-weekly tip.
Okay.
I'm going to sneak one into every podcast from now
on. So you were telling me again about how it's a game about peeing in the dark.
Yeah, so there's stuff on the floor because you're not literally a pig, but you are quite messy. So shoes and there's Legos, and I just want to make it through a game idea today. You get to the bathroom.
Okay.
After you make it through all these things. And if you don't make it the first time, you die and you respawn back in your bed. You just have to keep going until you make it past all the obstacles you can't really see.
And then you have to step over your body from last time, and that's another obstacle.
Because it's still there, yep. It just keeps getting harder until there's like a nice, soft path of smoothed bodies for you to just tiptoe over, and it's all nice if you die that much. But, that's... if the least times you die, the more you score.
At a certain point, you're just like, you know what? I'm gonna hold it till morning. There's 20 dead me's between here and the bathroom. I think I'm good.
Or the last time you died, your bowels were voided upon death, because I hear that happens. That's
not your bowels anymore, because that's their bowels.
That's your old bowels. Now your new bowels are still full. Wait, your bladder. Your bladder's full. I think they're different. They're different. I'm a doctor. Okay. So you make it to the bathroom.
And then?
And now the real fun begins. So this is where it's important to know whether you're playing as a male or a female.
How far into the game is the bathroom? What percentage would you say?
It depends how good you are at it, I guess.
Okay, obviously there's a percentage of the game that you're like, oh, you're halfway through the story. Like, it might take you forever to get that far, but you're like, oh, you're this far.
Oh, I see. So
how far into it would you say?
30%.
Okay, so at 30% of the game, it gets fun. I just wanted to clarify.
Oh, no. It gets difficult.
Wait, but you said the
difficulter.
Real fun...
This game is harder than Dark Souls.
Okay.
This is the new Dark Souls for difficulty.
Okay, so you get to choose your character of guy or girl.
No, you don't get to choose and you don't know what you are.
Okay. We get to choose and not tell you.
It's randomized. So you have no idea what parts you're going to have before you get in there. And you can't see what you are either.
Go on.
Okay, so you get there.
Yes. To the toilet.
To the toilet. And now you have to figure out what you are. You'd think the safest option would be to just sit down to pee, right? Because it's dark, you can't aim. Whatever you are, you can probably sit down.
Okay.
But you're thinking wrong, because guess what?
What? Chicken butt?
Probably someone left the toilet seat up, and now you fell in and you're dead. And you have to start over, and you have to walk past all your dead bodies, and now one of your dead bodies is in the toilet. Now you have to deal with that. You'll have to flush it.
And then you don't have a plunger, so now it's overflowing.
So now you have to chop it up and feed it to the pig.
So there was a pig.
There is now.
You're not the pig, but you have a pig.
You don't keep a pig in your bathroom?
No.
Well, in nice houses, we have pigs in our bathrooms.
Okay, so if you're not supposed to sit, what do?
You lower the lid first. Now you're not sure if you lowered the seat or the lid. So then you sit down and you sat on the lid. And then you broke it. And now you died again.
Because the toilet is your health bar also.
Yes. If you break the toilet, you can't win the game anymore, even if it's just the lid.
And then you can't play the game anymore, but we still have your money. This is your strategy guide to this game.
New plan. You don't try to close anything. You just kind of squat over it without touching it.
Okay.
And if there's anything to tuck down, you just tuck everything down really quick. So that's everything's pointed downwards. And that's the key. But if you squat too high, then the wind's gonna take it and you're gonna miss the bowl. And then you're dead.
There's wind.
By the way, this is all outside. But you still have to go in the toilet.
You've got an open air outhouse. And you're on a farm, and there are pigs out there, and that would explain.
And they can all go outside, but you can't, because you're a civilized person.
And they all make fun of you for it too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They're all watching.
Look at the human. He can't piss where he wants. He's got to go in this thing, and he keeps dying while he tries to get there. Look at him. He doesn't even know what genitalia he has. God. God, I can't wait to watch him die again so I can eat it. Yeah, them.
So you have hovered exactly the right distance above the toilet so that you don't fall in, nor does the wind take it. And you have urinated in said toilet.
Okay.
Now you've pulled up your fleece pajama bottoms, and now you are making your way back.
Making your way downtown. Walking fast, feeling fine.
Faces past. And I'm homebound?
Yep.
Feeling fine? That's not real, I don't think.
I feel fine after I pee.
Oh, okay. So you've completed your task, and now you have to make it back. But in the meantime, you have a new issue. Your room's on fire.
What?
Yeah, so now you can see because it's light, but the room's on fire. So you have to go save whoever was in there that you cared about not to wake up.
The pig.
This is the surprise ending. So if your pig's in there, you gotta save your pig. If your dog's in there, you gotta save your dog. If your spouse is in there, you gotta save your spouse.
Good to clarify that different options, they all involve saving.
Yeah, you have to save whoever's in there.
I thought there was going to be a hilarious one where if it's like, but if it's Jeremy, then you're fine because fuck Jeremy. He was a jerk.
If Jeremy's in there, you don't need to save him.
Then you win.
And if you do save him, then you actually die.
Yeah.
You lose the game because, plot twist, you started the fire. This was all an elaborate plan to kill Jeremy. And now you lose because you foiled yourself. You played yourself.
But you gotta find out if it is Jeremy, because sometimes Jeremy and his friendly twin
Jerome
switch places, and you love Jerome, so you
just gotta poke him and say, "Are you Jeremy?" And if they say no, you gotta save them. If they say yes,
then we're gonna go back to sleep.
Yeah, sleep. And then you get back out past the flames. So no matter what, you're going through the flames.
Yep.
And you're all out of pee, so you can't put them out with that. Because you just peed.
Yes.
Yep.
So I think there's an alternate mode where you know your gender. You still have a pig. But you just moved in with your significant other, and you've lived in this house for some time, and you know how you pee. You have that system down. You have the thing up, and you pee in the thing, and your aim is perfect. You have nailed this every time. But then your significant other, your girlfriend, moves in, and she decides to put down the lid every time, and she never told you this. This wasn't a thing. So you get up in the middle of the night going, I'm gonna have another leisurely pee like I always do, and then you just point where the hole is because you know your house, you know where the hole would be, and you go press the go button, and then suddenly it's everywhere. It's everywhere. And then you learned an important lesson that to never trust your significant other because they're trying to kill you and get your pee everywhere. Because they put the lid down and it...
Bryce, did this happen to you?
Maybe. There's no way to know. But it did.
It did. It really happened.
It went everywhere. Places you don't think it could go, it went there.
How's your bathroom smell? Is it all right?
I mean, at a certain point, the bathroom got fine, but like the living room.
The living room.
There's a lot of splashes. Here's the thing, though. There's a while that like you're like it goes, and you're like, I don't hear the water sprit. Like usually when water goes into water, you're like, oh, there's a noise, and I know that I'm doing it. But you're like, oh, maybe I'm sleepy. I'm not hearing the noise, but I'm going to go with it. And then at a certain point, you feel water on your face, and you're like, I think there's an issue here, but maybe it'll work itself out. Maybe this isn't.
But you aren't able to stop the stream anyway.
So that's also a thing about peeing in the dark, is sometimes the seat's down.
Get me out of here.
You think you know how to do it, but you don't.
All right, so I've had enough about poop, and now I have had enough about pee. And
Okay.
I think it's time to move on to game idea. Unfortunately, it's not number 3. That would have been sweet, though.
Okay. Well, continuing the theme of this episode, apparently, we're going to do another talk about the downtown
No way.
zone.
Oh, no. Oh, jeez.
This is a game called The Talk. And you are a parent of a young child, I guess.
Oh, no. We're bringing children into this.
Preteen? At what point should you have the talk with your kid?
Birth.
Okay.
It's perfect timing. They've seen everything now.
You
just kind of keep reminding them as they grow up.
This is a game.
We talked about this.
This is a game about having the talk with your kid, but you do not want your kid to ever have sex. You think it is bad. You honestly thought it was a mistake when you did it. So this is a game about telling them things about making up lies about sex to make them never want to have sex ever.
Oh my god. This is my favorite game idea we've ever done. I'm so excited. There's so many possibilities. This has great replay potential.
As you're playing, you will have a fear meter constantly going, but like it needs to be. You can't be too outlandish with it, because if they're like, oh, you know, he told me that like it's, I don't know, a turtle will snap it off if I look at a girl, then like he ever looks at a girl and he's fine, then he'll be like, oh, it's all a lie. I can have all the sex I want now. And then you get the final score of like how long until the kid had sex. So you're shooting for never. You want them entire life, no sex, no grandkids. You won the game, but up until then, you got to balance believability and fear. So you got some ideas, Beckers?
Yeah. So this is gonna depend on about who you are telling this story.
Yeah.
See, I'm picturing that you're a mother.
Okay.
Telling the story this time, and dad's not the picture.
Okay. I think it would also depend if your kid is a boy or a girl. Because.
Yeah, and I'm going to be telling the story to my son.
Oh, okay.
This will work for my son.
Okay.
I'm going to tell him that the Black Widow mating ritual Like, I'm going to tell that like it's a human mating ritual.
That if you have sex, they'll eat you?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess that would make sense of, yes, your father's not around because I ate him.
I ate him.
Mommy,
where's Daddy? I ate him.
and then if they ever see like two parents together with a kid, just be like, oh, they ate the original, but they just got this new one to help cover, change diapers and stuff.
Mm-hmm, yep, he's a surrogate father, and be like, that's what you're aiming for. You're not gonna be the actual genetic father.
Yeah,
you're just gonna be a surrogate father because otherwise she'll eat you.
Honestly, I just want to go, hey, you get it in there, it'll get stuck. It can't come out. So sure, you can try it, but it's a one-shot deal. You better like her a lot because you're stuck together now.
A human centipede.
I don't think that's the connection point they had, but
it's a new kind. Human centipede 3, because I'm pretty sure there's already a 2.
There's probably like 7 of them. I don't know why people keep watching them.
I haven't seen one on purpose.
Accidentally, I'm always seeing it though.
So, I have another one.
Go on.
All you have to do is show them the movie Teeth.
Ah, yes, where her downtown had teeth.
Vagina dentata, I think is. I have no idea. That just popped into my head, so.
or the movie. Well, you can watch a little bit in the movie Clerks 2, where they talk about pussy trolls.
What? Please elaborate.
Until a kid thinks that until a girl is 21, she has a pussy troll down there that will bite it off if he tries, and then on her 21st birthday, she pees it out. She pees the pussy troll out.
Right, because it's the same hole.
Yes.
It's not the same hole. Some people really think that, okay, so
I certainly know that that's not accurate.
Oh my god.
I guess we're focusing a lot about the boy.
Yeah, we need to flip it around.
Yeah, is there a way we can tell girls that... I mean, honestly, like, I feel like girls having sex is very scary to begin with, that, like, we just explain sex to them.
Let's just talk about pregnancy. It'll ruin your whole life.
Yeah, they have, like, condoms, but he's not gonna wear them. Like, guys suck, and they got the pill, and that's only like 7% effective. They like to put numbers on it that are bigger than that, but like, you can put numbers on anything.
Like, look at this, 5.
Yeah. It doesn't mean anything. Numbers don't mean anything.
Yeah, numbers aren't real. How could numbers be real if our eyes aren't real?
Please don't have sex. Please, Wendy. Please.
Oh my god. You can just tell her that it gets stuck too. I think that equally.
I think either way, yeah. Just if you were like,
tell her that the male penis is barbed and it just latches in there. Like a cat penis. Those are barbed.
Oh, I know that a duck penis is corkscrewy.
I heard that too.
Yes, I've seen.
What is up with animal penises? Can we just say that that is the thing?
Well, imagine a duck looking at ours and be like, "Why is theirs so weird?" Like that's not it. It doesn't even spring out like ours. Come on, it's a very inefficient way of doing it.
Honestly, how do they even corkscrew in there? It doesn't.
How do they get through the maze like ness of the vaginal track. That's the reason ducks have corkscrew penises, because girl ducks have a maze. It's like an escape room.
Need to look up. I think I need to look up duck intercourse later. Yeah. I didn't know that the women of the species had mazes in their gardens.
We will explain sex to them, but duck sex.
Oh my god.
And they will be like, no, hard pass. And I'll be like, it will be 100% believable because it's true. It is sex, just not human sex.
I'm a little bit offended that you liked your duck idea more than my Black Widow idea, and it's the same thing.
I feel like there's a level of like, at some point they'll be like, yes, this is my son, and you'll have to keep being like, no, he just says that. Like, I feel like the believability is not 100% there.
You can just pretend it's a culture of, adoption. And that normally there's twice as many males as females in our species, but half of them get eaten.
Yes. And
to nourish the females.
Just like the first time they have a girlfriend, they're like, you gonna eat me? And you're like, what? Like, just my mom told me that, like, if we ever like get past first base, you're gonna eat me. And be like, we're breaking up now.
You found me out. I think if we're gonna bring in talking to other people about the shit we tell them, then we already lost. Like, no matter what, we're gonna be found out. We're gonna have to homeschool these kids.
You are never allowed to leave the. I mean, that's really if they never leave the house. I guess if you die.
You could just, like, raise your child to be totally
ugly,
undesirable.
just instead of, like, having a sex talk with them, just make them suck a lot.
How did your parents do it, Bryce?
Oh, wow.
Okay. I promise I didn't say that with making that joke in mind. I really didn't. It came to me afterwards. Okay.
Yeah, so that's the game idea. This has been Game Made Corp. Beckers, where can people find you?
I feel like anyway, that was mean and I'm sorry. Only a little bit though, because it was really funny. Okay, you can find me at Dr. Beckers with a Z on Twitter and Dr. Beckers with an S on Twitch. How about you, Mr. Bryce?
On Twitter at Last
Mr.
Geek.
Bryce is his father.
On Twitter at Last Geek, Instagram Last Geek Plays, Twitch Last Geek Plays, lastgeek.com for links to the podcast and all the places, and the video version of this podcast is at youtube.com/lastgeek, where apparently there will be a picture of the Hamburglar at some point.
Yeah, we're gonna have to put that up there for your reference. All our episodes will be released with a reference packet. Please turn to page 1 where we will be displaying the Hamburglar.
Well, that brings us to the end of this episode. Thank you for joining us and listening to the things that we said. And remember, have fun.
Sleep tight. Don't let the grimace bite.
Or the girl that you had sex with will eat you.
Yeah, she'll eat you.